Now you, my friend, you being a nerd.
Okay.
This obviously.
Oh God.
Oh no. This is good and sad.
Oh yeah.
You being a nerd, you know about that Rickman.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Snape.
hell yeah, Snape. People, I don't know what God is doing right now. Alan Rickman has passed at the age of 69 of cancer. So any celebrity out there who has cancer and their 68th birthday is up right now, y'all are nervous as hell.
It's crazy. And it's like him and Celine Dion's husband, like same day.
Same day?
Yeah.
Oh shit, he got
Both
buried.
cancer. Both was cancer too. Yeah.
When David Bowie and Severus Snape, whatever, when they die, and if you in third place, nobody gonna notice you.
Yeah.
That's too bad. But this dude right here, 69 is a magic number these days. What kind of sex party is God planning right now?
Hey man, it's gonna have some great cast members there.
It sure is.
Got David Bowie, Lenny.
Yeah, and the music good.
Oh yeah, it's a party going on right now, man. Shit.
What we waiting on?
I know. I'm thinking about killing myself.
The thing is, it's all dudes right now. So
He has a sausage fest.
Natalie Cole passed away.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I did that. Yeah, man. I want to talk about Alan Rickman because Alan Rickman, I kind of was introduced to him like everybody else, man. When I was introduced to Alan Rickman when I was 16. And I was in Chicago with my brother at the time, and he wanted to go to a movie. And at the time, I wasn't too crazy. I was a black nerd also. I was into fantasy and science fiction and animation.
He wanted to go see Dark Crystal instead of
can we go to the Dark Crystal re-release? Got my costume and shit on. No, boy, be a man. Let's go see Die Hard. I went to go see Die Hard, and that blew my mind, man. 1988. I was 16 at the time, and Die Hard was out, and I love the movie. Now, a lot of people went to go see that movie because of Bruce Willis. And, when Bruce Willis was in this, everybody was like, yeah, he's the shit. He's on the come up.
Oh, yeah.
But really, everybody, when they walked out, they said, nah, man. It was that Hans Gruber that stole the show.
Oh, yeah.
It sort of redefined what the villain was like in these kind of films and action films.
the Euro villain.
He sure was. Every Euro villain that you see today, Alan Rickman was the basis for that.
Yeah.
And what did the Euro villain have over any other villain? Like if he was, an American villain, if he don't get what he want, he's gonna lose his shit.
Yeah.
God damn it, I told you to give me that goddamn money.
Pulling those Kylo Ren tantrums, just like,
come on, man, God damn it, give me my fucking money, man. And the villain, the hero laughing at the villain. I lost your cool, didn't you? Come on, man, I'm gonna tell my dad. But nah, not Hans Gruber, man. Hans Gruber was cool as fuck. Hans Gruber said, I'm going to tell you one goddamn time what I want. And if I don't get it, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm moving on to the next person. You better know how to count because I'm not going to 4 when I ask you to give me a code.
1, 2, 3. I don't know it. I'm telling you. Get on the jet to Tokyo to ask the chairman. I'm telling you, you're just going to have to kill me. Okay.
Bruce was like, God damn.
that's not in the script.
I'm dealing with a new kind of feeling. I like the way that dude thought he was cool. He like, you're just going to have to kill me. He's like, all right. I'm from Europe. Don't play this shit. Now, who else here can't count?
Yeah.
Didn't lose this shit. So I'm going to ask the next fucking person in here.
Yeah. Everyone just start making up codes at that point. They're like 5, 7,
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
The debit card numbers, credit card numbers,
here's everything, man.
security numbers, 469.
Here's my wife. Come on, man.
I don't have the code to this, but you can take anything out of my bank account, man. Yeah, Hans Gruber didn't give a fuck, man. And the thing about Hans Gruber and Alan Rickman is that role was so iconic. He played that so well that became, for Americans, that became his persona, man. He was being typecast after that. You know how it is here in America. You do one thing well.
Yeah.
And if it makes money, you're going to keep doing that.
Well, hell, when they made the sequel, wasn't like the enemy his brother or some shit?
Yeah, it was it was a third Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
That his brother came up, played by Alfred now. Who was his name?
God, what's Michael Caine?
No, the other one.
Oh,
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons.
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
Other old British dude who worked for anything.
That's all of them.
The other British dude who worked for a house.
Or wasn't there like a car commercial or something where it was like Mark Strong, Tom Hiddleston? It was like 3 or 4 of them, and they were joking about that, about like how they're the
Audi
villains.
commercial.
Yeah. they were joking about how they were all Hans Gruber.
Yeah,
Basically.
By the time 1991 rolled around, people, they knew Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, you know, that guy makes such a great villain. I don't know have you guys seen Prince of Thieves? Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, yeah.
That's from the original soundtrack right there. I know you got 5 copies of that, Andre.
I blasted in my car.
I know you got this in your car right now.
That Prince of Thieves, Jay. Drive by, sounds like a festival. A Renaissance festival.
Renaissance festival with a beat and shit. Yeah, man, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Now, they tried to sell the movie on Kevin Costner. And Kevin Costner, let me tell you something. Kevin Costner, and a lot of people forget Christian Slater was in the movie.
Oh.
I don't know how those motherfuckers are still working today. Horrible.
Yeah.
Fucking hard. It was like they just didn't give a fuck. Christian Slater was trying, but his British accent was going in and out. Kevin Costner just left his at the door.
Yeah, he gave up.
He gave up and didn't give a fuck. He really did have an attitude like, I'm Kevin Costner, man. I don't need to do shit.
Christian Slater said dude every now and then.
It was almost like, hello, May, how you doing, man? You know, this shit would just fucking leave. These two together in the scene, I don't care how many people, what was going on in the 90s, it was a hit.
Yeah.
People looking forward to the movie, saying it was great. Today, this movie's a piece of shit.
I've never trusted you, that's no secret. What I want to know is, are you going to finish what you've started? I want to know if he's going to turn and run like the spoiled little rich boy I always took him for.
Did I wrong you in another life?
God damn!
What country are you from?
So are you okay, man?
Man, this is the worst community theater I've ever seen.
You can really see his accent, like put on a hat and a suitcase and just walk out the door like, "See you, folks. I'm not needed here."
Ta-da! What the fuck? Well, what dimension were we living in at the time? And the thing is that Alan Rickman, the bad thing about him having to play a villain is that at that point, when he had to work in a production like this where the movie wasn't that good, it's Alan Rickman. He knows. Yeah. So he just went ahead and just said, you know, ain't nobody else gonna give a shit. I'll carry this. Which required him to be over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, you know, look at this scene right here where he's the sheriff of Nottingham. Back in 91, for some reason, it was an awesome performance. Oh, that Alan Rickman, that cad, that rascal.
Sorry to keep you hanging about.
Fucking hell.
That entrance just alone, he was just like, he had a
just
George
like-
Jefferson walk.
Yeah,
He was
came in just like Xena and shit.
That is, you know, it's true. It's a fucking sitcom entrance. You see that shit?
Sorry to keep you hanging about.
That'd be like the studio lab.
Yeah.
He did pull a Kramer right there.
Yeah.
Would you prefer pain or death?
Death.
Torturing. What about you? Pain or death?
Pain.
Torturing. You see, it makes no difference.
Motherfucker actually did jazz hands.
I thought he was going to break out the song just there.
Well,
Yeah. Jazz hands, people.
When I like the torture.
No. 1991, that shit was amazing.
Hey, man, we took what we got back then, man.
they still getting over that cocaine hangover from the 80s.
Must have been, man.
Yeah.
And that was the cool thing about being in that time when you saw him as a villain. As he became more popular, you were beginning to like discover more of his work. Mm-hmm. Now I didn't ever go back enough to like research his stuff that he did with the BBC and other things. Like when he played, I guess it's Tybalt from what you call it. God damn it.
Tybalt from Romeo
and Juliet. I'm sorry, I just looking at it. He looks like Dexter's nemesis, man. Shit, they made a Dexter's Laboratory movie back then.
Oh, man, Dark.
Yeah. He could have played this shit. Hi, Dexter. He was in a TV show with Donald Pleasance. You know, Donald Pleasance, the dude who was Michael Myers' psychiatrist and shit.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, There is this show called The Barchester Chronicles. I don't know it, but it's kind of amazing to see these actors who we see playing in genre movies and horror movies actually at a young part of their lives. Well, Donald Pleasance was never young, but everybody else kind of do, compared to what they did before, the horror, the action, all that kind of stuff, the dry things that they did before.
Be aware, Mr. Harding, things are a good deal changed in Barchester.
I am aware of that, Mr. Slope.
And in the world at large. New men are carrying out new measures, casting away the useless rubbish of past centuries. Work is now required.
No wonder Donald Pleasance did Halloween. He's like, I'm so fucking bored right now.
Dude, Alan Rickman has one of the best voices in Hollywood ever. The second you hear, you're like, all right, I know who that is.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter. We all had a math teacher with a voice like that. Yeah. He was just never as cool as Alan Rickman. Mr. Goodwin, why are you so late today?
Imagine his wedding vows. It's all good shit, but his wife is like, I promise to love you and hold you and cherish you forever.
Honor and cherish you. the church is asleep. Trying to stay awake like Donald Pleasance. He was a handsome guy back then, man. That British handsome that defies his teeth. Because y'all no, I'm gonna tell you, because a lot of people don't know this because you don't know because he was so handsome. He had that British handsomeness that defied his teeth. He has a little bit of piranha shit going on with his bottom teeth.
He's early Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Yeah, but he never changed that shit, I don't think. He's like, fuck it, I'm British. People expect that of me.
I got paid.
You're still gonna fuck me.
Yes.
Yeah. That's him talking to a dude and shit. There was a total 180 side to him. He was a romantic lead. A lot of people say that he was as good as a romantic lead, if not better, than his villainous roles, because he could really show his charm, charisma. He was a leading man. Yeah. Quiet, very quiet leading man. I'm not talking about doing, romantic comedies or anything. I mean, really a believable person who made you believe in that relationship. Even down to the point to where he was, I think it was in 1990. I think the same year, 1991, he did Truly, Madly, Deeply. You ever seen that movie?
No.
Like in that, nobody really. In that movie, he was, I forgot who it was. It was, I forgot who the woman is. Juliet someone is his co-star. But in that, him and her, they're both like that annoying couple. Oh. Like the kind you got to get the fire hose on or the water hose on to get them off each other. They're like that couple that just met each other and they can't stop talking about how much they love and shit.
I really truly love you.
I really truly madly love you.
I really truly madly deeply love you.
I really truly madly deeply passionately love you.
I really truly madly deeply passionately remarkably love you.
I really truly madly deeply passionately remarkably.
Shut the fuck up.
Bang on the wall. Dude, shut up!
Get the hose out.
Watching porn over here. Shut up!
The one where I thought he was not only a romantic lead, but he was a true gentleman, almost sweet. And had a rap for that period. He was Colonel Brandon in Sense and Sensibilities. His game was strong in that movie, man. We don't get it today, but back then he was throwing down some lines, man, and girls were all over that shit.
Nor is the earth the less or loseth aught. For whatsoever from one place doth fall is with the tide unto another broad. For there is nothing lost that may be found if sought.
Look at she ready to fuck now.
Really did not age, did he?
No.
His face has not changed much.
No, not at all. And that was some 17th century pimp shit going on back then.
My pantaloons, they all wet.
They were smooth back then.
Oh man, yeah.
Back then they read poetry and shit. Today, girl, I want to lick your ankles and shit. Motherfucker read from books and shit.
Yeah. But it's kind of odd because the romantic lead and the villain, you almost kind of pull from the same sort of charisma, because that's what we liked about Hans Gruber. You could easily be that just maniacal, villain.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can be cool as a villain, it kind of works in both ways there. So
it really does.
I'm glad you brought up him being a serious actor and all other stuff, because one of the first movies, actually the first first movie that I remember seeing him in was Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
his whole thing about that was like, I'm a respected actor, and they get me to play this dumbass alien. I hate this shit. So he's probably just playing himself in that whole movie.
He was pulling from a lot of things, man. I do think that he pulled from real experiences.
Yeah.
Like those times that he was playing villains when, you know, people come up on the street and they were like, Hans Gruber, what's up, man? Like, yeah.
I was Hamlet.
Yo, Sheriff Anonymous. You know, he played like a Spock type character.
Yeah.
And everybody had, you know, like Spock had live long and prosper. The people said something by the blade of Dickhammer or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I shall avenge thee. Yeah, you remember that. And I get the feeling he was pulling this from a real place where I played these roles at one time, got sick of people calling me that.
Yeah.
But it works very well in this role right here.
By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, I shall avenge you. By Grabthar's
Next.
Get the fuck out of here.
And the sad part is, going to as many comic conventions I've been to, I've seen that guy. Like that happens right there. Where you're like, you just want to sign your papers, get your check, and then everyone gonna come out. Let me tell you the story, or let me do this your catchphrase.
Oh,
Like,
I thought
I've
you were about
heard
to
it.
say that's me. I'm not going to comic convention.
Look, I mean, a couple times.
Oh, black nerd! Black nerd!
No, it's usually the other way around.
What's up, man? How you doing?
No, I'll say it's usually the other way around. It's usually me to them, like, oh my god, I love your show.
You're black and nerdy like me.
You're on Jesus.
Our savior. Yeah, you get this shit, you know. Yeah, get it. Next. He played the angel who is the voice of God.
Yeah.
In Kevin Smith's religious film Dogma, and it was cool because he was working with a lot of directors. I mean, this is how he got a lot of credit with a lot of different audiences. He doesn't do theatrical movies. He didn't pigeonhole himself in doing action films. He saw up and coming directors doing different things. Him being a guy who wanted to play different projects, he would work with these directors.
Look, just take whatever you want, but don't kill or rape me.
Don't give over, will you? I couldn't rape you if I wanted to. Angels are ill-equipped. See? I'm as anatomically impaired as a Ken doll. Now make yourself useful. Give me.
You know what? That's how I always pictured Alan Rickman with no dick. Like he sacrificed his dick for his craft. You know? My Alan Rickman is dickless.
Yeah, you're still trying to figure out a way. It's like, well, there's a little bit of stump there. I can
Just rub it on it.
You know what? I'm joking, but you could tell he was hung like a motherfucker, man. Like as much as they try to make it look like he has no dick, you could tell he has a dick. It's a bulge down there.
It's actually the leg.
So you remember in 2005 he did The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
Marvin, the paranoid android, which that meant, look, for me, that movie, I didn't care for it too much.
Yeah.
But Alan Rickman I liked because he was kind of the robot that was just passive aggressive and just talking shit and didn't give a fuck about anything or anybody.
Yeah, well, that's life.
Life. Don't talk to me about life.
That's a sad ass robot.
I'm a Shakespearean actor being a robot in a movie. That's life.
As I said, I was introduced to Alan Rickman when he was an asshole, straight up asshole. He did it great.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see him be reintroduced to a whole generation of kids as an asshole again.
Oh man,
Severus Snape.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, people.
He is Snape, like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Like that's why I won't read the books because I can't create my own characters because it will be Alan Rickman, as Severus Snape with that the fucking that Trent Reznor hair that he had in that shit.
Any person found to have knowledge of these events who fails to come forward.
Then he wear makeup and everything.
Oh man,
he look like a grandmother in this shit.
He looks like he
will be treated as equally guilty.
Whoa. Okay.
I feel guilty. Like I ain't even done shit. And I'm like, yeah, I think I did something.
add more syllables into equally.
Equality.
And you know what? That's how cool Alan Rickman was, because you know he forgot his lines right there. But he made it work. That shit came out slow. You know he forgot that shit. And they're like, hey, he's great.
The director's like, genius.
Fucking actor, man. That's an actor.
Who fails to come forward will be treated as
line
equally guilty.
Look at that dude in the background back there. He's sitting the whole time. He's like, yeah, you got it. Yeah. He had that motherfucker suspense, man.
That's it.
Come on.
Sound it out.
If anyone here has any knowledge of Mr. Potter's movements this evening, I invite them to step forward.
Like pick up the head down.
The darkest Pantene commercial. His hair is just flowing.
It is, man. It's all feathered and shit. I mean, he's actually pretty, man. That motherfucker's like on a runway and shit right now. Dude was great, and like I said, man, it's you know, maybe he didn't go out with an album like David Bowie did. You know, maybe a lot of people don't hold him in high regard as that, but he did leave us with characters for almost every facet of a generation of a fan out there, and he left us with a great character with this character right here. So, you know, a lot of.
I was gonna say, people who are fans of Harry Potter, like this was really iconic for them, and so it was definitely they were definitely showing their respects all the time online about this.
Yeah, people had wands and shit.
Wands going up. Yeah.
Oh wow, you know it's
crazy. And then you had the people from like who grew up in the 80s. It was like, hey, now don't forget Hans Gruber. So it was interesting to see that based on your generation, what you connected with him with, which is so great. That's such a good thing about an actor when you can have a specific character for every generation that people really latch onto.
I really would love to see that, like a fight break out between people in wizard robes and other dudes in Euro suits and shit. Of course, the Euro suits will win because they brought guns and shit. Patronum, Fox.
I
gotta say nothing.
I said Expelliarmus and nothing, it didn't work.
Yeah, man. Yeah. As we always say, rest in peace and thank you, Alan Rickman, man.
Yeah.
Tell David Bowie said hi. They say 10 people died this week, 6 of them from cancer. So this week alone, man.
I can't stand it.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
Cancer.
I know. Live right, man.
Yeah.
Better start eating right. I know you love to go to that Taco Bell, man.
No, he's California In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
Told you.
You got me.
Bye, gummy.
I just imagine like there's a little man with a diabetes shirt, just like ain't time now. I'll be waiting for you.
Any day now. It's coming.
Keep eating that mac and cheese.